there. Sorry. It happens.
That's all good.
They have,
It's all good.
yeah, they have two offices in Canada, and one of them has a little bit problem. And no, yeah, they have a little bit of challenging in there. You're gonna see it through when Nikita gets the presentation forward. They're gonna use Intergraph Smart Plan, Smart Plant, and the fourth firm is Build Tall. They have 4 offices, 3 in the US, 1 in Canada. These guys have a problem with connectivity, so they're gonna use a hybrid system. And Nikita's gonna explain it all also. They're gonna use mainly Open Roads from Bentley. The fifth firm is Modern Structure, their contractor, and they have 2 offices, and they're gonna collaborate through cloud using ProjectWise. So now it's Nikita.
Okay, so all these firms are going to have ProjectWise as their common data environment and will host all the information required for the collaboration and coordination. So you can see the ProjectWise in the middle, and it's going to publish all the drawings, all the deliverables to the owner. Next slide. So the team which is new to the BIM, they're going to hire a BIM manager, which is actually the architectural BIM manager, who will ensure, will train them and guide them as per needed, and they'll complete the required, whatever all the requirements are there. And the firm which has low connectivity, it is the, I think it is the civil team, the BIM tall team. The officers will collaborate through for WIP through J Drive or WAN, using ProjectWise with project sharing in hybrid solution to cope with infrastructure limitations. And the third one is the team of contractor. They are the modern structures, and they are going to have some issues with the with providing the resources. So they'll have the Ottawa office, which will be modeling part of project as a way to complete the professional gap from the Vancouver office. Through they're going to have work in progress acting as a LAN, J Drive or VPN, which is remotely accessed by the Ottawa office. So
yeah,
this is how we're gonna manage the entire information flow for the offices which are facing a lot of issues. So that's that.
And also, the lack of professionals happened in the communication processing pipe teams. But that's also kind of the easiest to manage because they are already dividing their work. So part of them are doing diagrams and the other part is doing the engineering work. So basically the part that is doing the diagrams is going to be accessing remotely the other part just to complement them as professionals and through the work as well. So
the offices which are located in India will have a continuous online meetings because it's not possible physically, but they will be there for the kickoff meetings and DP. So that's how it's managed. But the rest of the process will be done online.
Exactly. And that's it.
Excellent. Good job. Does anybody, they have 2 minutes. Anybody have questions to throw to your classmates so then they can throw some back to you when you present?
Yeah, you guys can ask us where we got these amazing icons. Like, look at this egg hatching, guys. It's awesome. New beamers.
No, great solutions. You know, everything presented, I would say. So if I was, receiving this as a PM, you know, the clarity, the level of detail, that's all fitting in that. It's not like you put the BIM execution plan in front of me, because that would be the most detrimental thing. If you gave me the, the 30-page document and said, here, can we do this? I'd be, I don't know. I'd have to walk away and figure it out. This here, it gives the right amount of information that I can assess, say, yep, go ahead, complete the documentation, and then away we go. Or no, this is, right away I might say, oh, we don't have the connectivity between Vancouver and Ottawa. how am I going to do what you just described? Or, oh my God, maybe there's an IT infrastructure I need to purchase or something like that. So yeah, no, great job. Thank you.
Yay,
job.
thank you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna stop sharing.
Okay. Was group 7 wanting to go next?
Are you ready, guys?
Just
I have to
because
ask my team.
you were raising it at the beginning. If not,
Yeah.
Is
Yeah, we are
Kashif
Just
there?
I have to.
Let's see if Kashif is there, or else we can wait for Kashif. For
No, I'm here.
allow
Yeah,
some
he's
people
here.
to just take
I'm here, man.
first before this group. We can be third if you're okay.
Okay, we'll be presenting next. Definitely.
okay.
Can we want to go now?
Okay, so who wants to share their screen?
Group 1.
Okay, group 1 is going now?
Yep.
Okay.
Let's get this done, guys.
All right, who wants to share their screen?
I will share the screen.
Okay.
Good morning. Hello, Brent. Hello, everyone. I am Wafa Al-Sheikhi, and this is group 1 for the final presentation. Siraj, Gifford, and I will be presenting project 1. Our project, Das Lake View, 2-tower high-rise residential building with a common commercial podium. The delivery is design build project, and the building site is in Das Lake Road in Ottawa. Our architectural offices are in Ottawa, London, UK, and Delhi. Our civil firm offices are in Toronto and Montreal. And our interior design office is in Ottawa, the structural firm office in Montreal, and the mechanical and electrical firm office is in Ottawa. However, some of our offices have challenges. Our interior design office in Ottawa is new to BIM. For that, Ottawa Architectural Office will help by sending consultants in a frequent manner to consult and train their team. And our civil offices in Montreal has slow connectivity issues because they are in a remote area. So the civil office of Toronto will connect to them through WAN. And for emergencies, important updates and other issues, they will contact the structural office since they are in the same city. The mechanical and electrical office in Ottawa has human resource struggles. Their solution is to do the temporary subcontracts, BIM experts and consultants. However, they are a little bit expensive. So for that, they decided to give temporary subcontracts to new BIM graduates from Algonquin College.
Love it.
With possible future hiring. Always they'll be under the surveillance of a consultant. For process map, Jafar will explain this map. It's for you, Jafar.
Yep, next slide, please. Thank you. Okay, guys, for the process map, this is the overall, the level 1 process map of the project. It starts with the production of the program model through programming, and then it goes to the production of the schematic outputs during the schematic design, which includes in the format of DWG and WD as specified by the client. Also includes the design cost estimation, 4D model, the engineering model, and then the 3D macro coordination model. And then it goes to the detailed design phase of the project with the same set of outputs, but of course more developed ones. And then with the same set of outputs also, which includes the cost estimation for the model, engineering analysis, and the 3D macro coordination model. And then it goes to the next phase of the project, which is in the construction, with also the same set of models in the same formats, the architectural, MEP, structural, electrical, interior, landscape, and the civil model. And then finally, the 4D model and cost estimation documents will be produced prior to the record model after the construction. Next slide, please. So this is the collaboration map, sort of. As you can see, this is where you can see the solutions that were made based on the challenges in the interior design office, which is the one new to BIM, and then at civil office with this low connectivity issues, and also with mechanical and electrical offices. And in here, you can also see that in the collaboration, it is stated in the BEP and how the teams will be communicating, specifically in how they interactive workspaces, and then during the meetings which are conducted in person and during and online, which is based on the BIM 360, and the collaboration and design reviews are done in the format of Navisworks. And then the models or the outputs are produced using the ACONNEX database. Next slide, please. And then the BIM authoring tools and technical tools will be discussed by Sriraj.
Hi guys. For the BIM authoring tools, it's divided into two parts. That one is a geometrical part that contains the designing of the 3D model, and the other is the data and other information parts, which is completed after the 3D model has been developed. For the design, authorship, and review, it is divided into various disciplines. For architecture, structural, mechanical, electrical, and interior design, Autodesk Revit will be used. For civil works, AutoCAD and Land Effects will be used. For electrical schematics, AutoCAD Electrical will be used. And for the other part, after the 3D model has been developed for analysis and other things, the softwares used are for cost estimation, Creo software, and for phase planning, record modeling, and structure analysis, Autodesk Revit will be used. And Green Building Studio will be used for lighting analysis and energy analysis. And for 3D coordination, Autodesk Navisworks will be used, that is for clash detection. Next slide, please.
I changed Siraj. You hear me, Siraj?
For next slide, please.
Yes, there's a technical solution here, yes.
Yeah, and for the technical solution, as we mentioned earlier, all the tools which are used like Revit, AutoCAD, Civil 3D, Land Effects, AutoCAD Electrical, Creo, Revit, and Green Building Studio, and Navisworks, and all the information from it, including the model, will be sent to the BIM 360 for collaboration and coordination with all the offices as IFC models, and later it will be sent to ACONNEX for further collaboration. And the deliverables, which are the 2D drawings, will be delivered as PDFs and DWG, and 3D model will be delivered as NWD, that is Navisworks output, and it will be sent to the client as well as the contractor. And that's all for the technical solution. Thank you. Any questions?
Questions, anybody? Oh, I'm not going to get you to ask each other questions. That's okay. No, great job. I love how you know, the use of the diagrams, the icons, the way you bring the diagrams together. Again, there's that clarity for me as the project manager. One note I would say is for the low connectivity, just be aware that the low connectivity could also pose as a challenge for a WAN connection as well. So it's just something to think about, you know, when you're setting up WAN connections as a project manager. I would probably, you know, I would use the remaining couple of minutes we would have here just to delve into how we could actually achieve that. Because, so for example, so I had an office in Toronto and Ottawa with low connectivity to the outside world. We're saying, well, good, we'll connect them via the WAN. Then I'd ask, well, what does that mean? So if I'm slow getting to the internet, I'm slow getting outside my walls, how am I getting to them? So what's the nature of that connection? Am I remote desktoping? Are we live? Like, am I working off of their central model? What's the question? Then we would have that dialogue, and then that would help to yield how that would become real. But great job. Proud of you guys so far. Awesome.
Thank you.
Okay. 7. Because Vicky spoke now twice, so now he's on the spot. Now it's going to happen.
Definitely.
He said, I'm first, and now he's third.
Yeah, Andrea took it, you know.
It would be funny if they ended up being last, but no, we're going to make them go third now.
So we are ready?
Yes.
Your time to shine, my friend.
Yeah. Thanks, Jeffrey. He's always into that thing. Okay. If my screen is available.
Kashif there already?
Can you see?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm having trouble with my video, by the way.
Okay.
Can you see my screen, guys?
Yeah.
I'm just seeing. Yes, I guess we're seeing your screen. There we go. Now I was going to say, I'm just seeing Jess's face. Like, no. Okay, now. Excellent. Okay, you guys ready to rock? 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, thank you, man. Hello, good morning, everybody. My name is Vicky Tanwar. I'm here with my project team members, Jaspreet Singh, Iqbal Singh, and Kashif Javedwani, along with our manager, Brent Morty. We all are gathered here to present project bid on high-rise building tower by Niagara Construction Works, accompanying subcontractors team. Next. Here are some of the key points that we are going to present in our bid. First one is project information and introduction and participating institutes. That would be the teams that will supporting our project. And we'll be discussing about challenges faced during the project along with the collaboration strategies to simplify the project, followed by BIM authoring tool. We'll be also sharing BIM workflow diagrams and concluding with uniqueness of our project. And my friend Iqbal will be telling you other things. Over to you, Iqbal.
Yeah, thank you. Hi, everyone. So this is a high-rise building. So we choose the Toronto location for this high-rise building. The contract type is a design bid build. So it's a twin towers. Which they are sharing the common podium, which we usually saw on commercial projects. So, and this is a residential project. And next slide. So the participating teams which are collaborating with us are DNG Constructions, which is for architecture modeling, and the Calder Interiors, which are working with us for the interior designs, Satsco Mechanical, which are working for the mechanical and electrical model, and Alice Dunn, which is designing the structural model of this twin towers, and the whole construction, which working with us for the civil models, the drainage, all the civil works, and James and Smiths, which working with us for the landscaping of the aesthetic view of the building, and the track engineering for the electrical systematics. So for all the electrical works. And now I'm hand over to the Kashif to explain the challenges.
Hi. So the challenges we face here are, number one is the globally spread firms, and another one is new to BIM. That would be our interior design firm, and remote location, that would be our firm in Montreal, and shortage of resources would be our structural firm. So in order to overcome these challenges, and we have another challenge of collaboration. So in order to overcome these challenges, we have some strategies in place. Next slide, please. So for globally spread prompts, we're going to use Cloud Server for sharing, and for the team which is new to BIM, we're going to provide technical and initial support. For remote location, we're going to use local server plus weekly sharing, and shortage of resources. Outsourcing tasks would be great for that, and collaboration follows. Jaspreet will take over the collaboration part. Thank you.
Hi, thanks. So here we are on the workflow and collaboration part of the project. We know that there are different firms designated for all the trades here. So with their own hardships and challenges, we have decided to ensure that each of them uses the right software to make this project a reality. So here we go. The first team, which will be the architecture firm, will be modeling using Revit, and collaboration will be done for the work in progress models between the offices in Delhi, Ottawa, and London using the BIM 360 collaboration for Revit, which we often call as C4R, or collaboration for Revit. Then for the civil model, the modeling will be done using Civil 3D, and the collaboration, again, for work in progress models will be done between the offices in Toronto and Montreal using BIM 360 design. The other trade partners, such as the interior firm, the structure firm, they will also be using Revit as their modeling software, but they are in pretty good situation and they don't have offices at different locations, so they will be possibly using the local server for collaboration for the work in progress, and they will be finally they will be sharing their model using BIM 360 docs. The 3D coordination model will be uploaded by the BIM coordinator every Friday, prepared using the published models of every trade partners on BIM 360 document management system, that is BIM 360 docs. This model is to be integrated for Autodesk Navisworks for clash resolution, and unresolved clashes to be discussed via WebEx meeting, or in case if it deems fit from the Zoom or GoToMeeting, and it will be held every Friday. The coordination meetings will also play a very significant role in the collaboration, which will enable the BIM coordinator and project manager to keep a right track of the pending clashes and compliance or changes to be done in the future so far. The PDF and the DWG shops and spools will be extracted from the final coordinated models, as well as NWD will be submitted to the BIM coordinator via transmittal, and simultaneously will be published on BIM 360 Cloud at each stage of the project as deliverables. The stages will be conceptual design, schematic design, design development, contract documents, construction, and operation phases. For the operation, we will need more of information and not a lot on geometry. The project uniqueness will lie in the following aspects. Next slide, please. Yep, sorry. The project uniqueness will lie in the following aspects of the project. The cost management strategies will be handled smartly using the process described in the last slide, in the previous slide, owing to the decrement in the rework as compared to the trivial way of doing it. The lifecycle management, which comes especially from the operations part, will handle the cost after the handover, as it is expected to take 70% of the total cost, which is confirmed by various BIM veterans and companies. The time will be reduced and information will not be lost, as we will ensure that we don't fall through the cracks of the famous sawtooth diagram. We'll also ensure the future maintenance and credibility will be handled using the asset management part. That's all. Next slide, please. Any questions?
Very good. Questions? Anybody questions? Man, that's okay. No, I'm sitting here impressed with all of these, and I'm as a professor, it's just it's very rewarding to hear what you're all saying back to me. It's like you guys heard a thing or two over the last 15 weeks, so I love it. This is just It's just so impressive. One comment I'd make, with structural and interiors, or I really just any solution when you have BIM 360 design in active as a BIM coordinator, I would press for them to actually have their WIP environments in BIM 360. And I understand, like, there's instances in a lot of my projects where there's a fear or they just don't want to, but it puts less of a burden on coordination when everybody has their live WIPs together. So that one, I would say, if that was the situation as a project manager, I'd ask you, why can't they be live? And if there was a reason not, we could mitigate that. And then I might ask you as a team, connect with your counterparts in those offices and let's change it and force them or convince them that working live is probably better.
Sorry about that.
No, it's perfect. No, it's great. Awesome. All right, thank you so much, guys. That was really impressive.
I'll stop sharing my screen now.
Yep. Who would like to go next?
Sir, group 6 can go now.
Okay.
So group 6, yes, sir.
You're up. Who wants to share the screen?
Oh, yeah, sure. My friend will share the screen. Just give me a second.
Yep. No problemo.
Perfect. So good morning, first of all our classmates, and sir, good morning to you. So today's our project is utilization of the detailed utilization of the beam of all the beam process in the way a water treatment plant. And in this main purpose of this project is to use the detail purpose of the beam processes. In this we are going to in all the sectors we are going to do the beam process work. Like in the design, if you are going to do the design work, in that also we will use beam process. Then the modeling and coordinating thing also, in all the things we are going to use the beam process things. So our main concept of today's is how we are going to use the beam process in this water treatment plant project. And in this project, all the objectives, so first of all, they are predefined in order to achieve before starting of the construction. All the objectives are predefined, and we had selected the certain milestones, and that also pre-decided what objectives we are going to achieve. Next slide, please. And these are some objectives, and these objectives they are categorized also, like from the client perspective, from designing perspective, and from construction perspective. And some of the I will just tell you, let you know which are the objectives are there. Like in client, the main are like operation, maintenance is there, and economy is efficiency is the main thing what we have to keep in mind from the client view. And if we talk about the designing perspective, then the safety and the compliance, then detailed design and the pre-design is also the one of the, these three things are the one of the most important, which we have to be really very careful in during our design purpose. And in the construction work, like the cost estimation, as you also the project management, you might be knowing everything like the cost estimation, then risk management and the scheduling. All these things are really very important in the project. So these are the sub factors which we have to achieve during our construction work. So these are some of the objectives. Next slide. Yeah, and these are the some and the challenges in this project we are going to face in the architecture, from the architecture firm, then construction firm, structure firm, and even the contractor will also face some of the challenges. But the contractor challenges are like they are just generalized in the collaboration only. They just have to deal with the situation. They have to deal with all the clients, then employees and everything. So today we are there, means they don't have to deal with any technology or technical challenges. So what the architecture specifically feel the challenges are their challenges are delivering method, how they will deliver, then project specific beam use, and the data management and security. And for this to deal with this situation, what the strategies they will follow is for they will just means before starting with the construction, they will pre-schedule their meeting that at a specific time and date they will pre-schedule the meeting so that it can save the time manage. It can like save the time, so it can be one we can known as a time management, schedule management also. Another is like beam collaboration technology, that at what specific time and what specific stage which collaboration technique we have to use and which technology we have to use, like which software we have to use and everything. And like if you talk about the structure challenge, next slide please. Now what the structure first of all, our structure name is like sorry. What our structure name is like SLV engineering and construction. And in its what challenge they will face is like a building codes, and they have to like specific stick with the building codes and standards. So this is a like main and the best like a big deal they have to deal with. And other is like risk management, and other is to coordination and deliverables. Like some of the deliverables that are for first of all like all this set, so they have to deal with that also. And the data management security also, that is this all the like some of the challenges they have to deal with it in the structure part. And what strategies they will follow is like beam they also like the same as an architecture, they will follow the beam collaboration technology. They will use like which specific technology we have to use to deal with a specific means challenge. Like some of the softwares like a StratPro is really very good in the structure things to deal with any of the like column beams, all that structure column things. StratPro is really very good. And other is like just a second sir. Yeah, so even the like what the data they have and how to deal, means what data they have with them and how to deal with that data is really very good good thing what they will do with it. And now apart from this, what the contractor will face challenge and everything, it all covers under the collaboration. So collaboration part will be just explained by our my member whose name is Love Prajapati sir. Yeah. Just a second sir.
Hello, good morning all. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. So first of all, good morning, everybody. So now after the challenges, we are going to talk about the collaboration, how we are going to collaborate with each other. So as my friend said, the contractor has its own difficulties, but the most probably he would ask is the good collaboration technique, because he needs all the documents ultimately. So what we need is the better and best collaboration we can provide to the contractor. Now how we are trying to keep it simple here. So how we are going to collaborate. So first of all the consultancies which are in the abroad or in the India, maybe Canada, or even in the city of the site, they all have to follow some predefined standards which are in the BEP. So if you want these detailed specifications, we can share the BEP with you. But for the basic overview, this diagram suggests how we are going to follow the beam process. So as the architects are going to model their information in the AutoCAD Autodesk Revit, and the structural part and the electrical mechanical guys are going to use the Bentley EcoSim. Now if you are using the Bentley parts like this, like the civil site, and the workers are going to use the Bentley Open Roads. So we are trying to keep it simple by making the software which is capable to take the Bentley outputs without any much problem. So we are going to divide two categories, like the Autodesk and the Bentley. If you are using the Bentley part, you have to upload your documents on the project wise, so you can easily upload that. And for the Autodesk, you can do it for the E360. If generally clients like the cost estimation, the review, and the clients are used the Revit for the understanding, like schematic planning or the pre-planning, they use the Revit. So if you are using Revit, you can upload your documents on the A360, Autodesk 360. Otherwise, if you are using the Bentley, you can use the project wise. and then both, if we are going to
just quickly, 2-minute warning.
Yes, and we are going to give the a monthly time to upload their drawings. And now then we are going to use BIM 360 to take all the project wise and the Autodesk 360 documents together to one cloud service. So this is how it's gonna work. And now if we are going to talk about the what is the unique part of this project is the 4D scheduling, because water treatment plant is the big one. You have to divide the phases of the design as well as the construction. So this BIM process, we are going to use the 4D, like the scheduling and the phasing. So you can project can be divided into preliminary design, detail, construction, operation, maintenance, and the asset management. And for the construction also, they have the different phases for the construction. Like phase 1 in this 2 tanks, and phase 2 this 2 tanks, and phase 3 this part will be constructed. So this kind of phasing will be done in the BIM to facilitate and achieve the high performance and quality construction ultimately. So this is the unique part which we should focus more right from the start to include it in BIM while modeling. So this is overall, we are going to use the BIM 360 for the collaboration, and going to use the scheduling and time management also to get the better output in terms of construction. So that's it. Thank you.
That's awesome. You finished with 10 seconds, man. That was awesome. Good stuff. Where'd you get all those images? Because some of them look very familiar.
Yeah, so this one is the 3D modeling image of the water treatment plant. So this is the real image. I asked from my friend. He's in the second year. He just completed like the BIM.
Oh, okay. Cool. And now I'm just curious, the first image, do you know what plant, the aerial view, what plant that was?
This is the, I don't know the name, but this plant is the water treatment plant in the Toronto.
It is. Okay. So that's Ashbridges Bay. Okay. No, because I'm sitting there thinking, oh my God, this looks so familiar. Then it was this one where I said, that looks like the Toronto Island. And then, yeah, so that's the yacht club. So that's actually Ashbridges Bay. So you're aware of, that was notorious for stinking up the beaches, and it was terrible. So when I was working at CH2M Hill, we did work on this building for years on this complex, and there's a lot of deodorizing to just, it's actually quite nice around the area now, but a lot of effort to fix this.
Yeah, I just put the photo just to give the scale about the how big can the water.
Yeah, that's awesome. And if you notice, like just all that the part in the foreground there, all those little beige buildings there, like there's so much work as designers just to make those buildings, but all of that stuff in the flat land there, those are all filters and digester, like you name it. These are crazy projects, just crazy, but cool. Good stuff. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, we've got 2, 4, or 5.
5 can.
All right. Group 5, you are up.
Yeah, hi everyone. So I'm Mrinal, and with Shehzad, we are going to present the information with everyone. So we are here to deliver a presentation on high-speed rail project. So the PowerPoint emphasizes mainly on BIM solution for collaboration and successful deliverable. So the next slide is content, which includes the assigned projects, the BIM authoring tools, the need of BIM, the BIM authoring and collaboration tools, and the collaborative solutions. So for the project overview, the first one is delivery mode. So it's a public-private partnership. So it involves a collaboration between a government agency and a private sector company. that can be used to finance, build, and operate project. The second one is project type. So it's a high-speed rail between Windsor and Quebec City, which has almost 20 stations, out of which 10 are used for Revit and 10 are used for building EcoSim. For the third one, it's a digital deliverable. So the delivery requirements are PDF DGN, the 3D information model, the IFC files. And the fourth one is design disciplines. So there are around 12 disciplines, which we'll talk in the slides. So talking about the location, architectural has 8 firms, which has 12 offices in total that are scattered over North America. While the structural and mechanical each have 2 firms with 3 disciplines, 4 offices per firm, one in Ottawa and one in Buenos Aires. For the urban design and landscape architecture, the office is also located in Ottawa. The structural, mechanical and firms are situated in Ottawa, and the urban and design are also located in Ottawa. For the owner, they have a single office in Ottawa City. So now let's move on to the project disciplines and delivery requirements. So in total, we have 12 disciplines that includes architectural, mechanical, building, electrical design, urban design, civil site, electrical communications, etc. So for the delivery requirement, we need 2D drawings that comes in the format for PDF and DGN. For the 3D model, we need iModel and IFC files. And for the data sheets, we need GIS information. So this is my bad. I took the challenges and write down the solutions as a journal, not assigned for a particular firm. So that there are 3 challenges which are there. One firm is completely new to BIM. So for that we can provide BIM training for the appropriate firm. For the second one, the firm is in remote location with severely challenged IT infrastructure. So for that, if it's possible, we can use LAN servers. And the third one, the firm is struggle providing resources for the projects. So we can decrease our dependency on the particular firm for the project resources. So the next slide is the need of BIM. So there are 4 concrete reasons why do we need BIM. The first one is it uses 3D models to capture and explore, maintain consistent and coordinated planning. It means that it has a 3D model which has all the information, not all, the most of the information that we can use in our project. Second one, it provides greater project insight for cost, schedule, and constructability. Third, it uses and shares the consistent data, whether you are at desk or in the field. And the fourth one is it enables prompt response to change with processes that are smarter and faster. So these are BIM modeling tools that we have used in this project. So the first one is Autodesk Revit. It was used by architecture, structural, mechanical, electrical, and interior design. Then we come with Bentley EcoSim. It's used by architecture, structural, mechanical, electrical, interior design, the same one. Then we come with OpenRoads. It's used by Civil Electric, Civil Site, Site Electrical Office. Then we come with Autodesk Civil 3D. It's used by Civil Utilities, Landscape Architecture, and then we come with AutoCAD. It was used by Urban Design and Communications. Now Shehzad will continue with the presentation. Shehzad.
Hello everyone. So for the BIM collaboration tools, we have used BIM's 360. BIM 360 design helps team to collaborate remotely on Revit model, work in real time with anyone from anywhere, simplify workflow and centralize data on the BIM 360 platform. So all our Autodesk software which are mentioned before, like Revit and AutoCAD and 3D. So all such softwares we have used BIM 360 to synchronize the design by all the input from our workers, like from my designers, so that we can get the updated model with everyone. Then we have also used ProjectWise. So ProjectWise is a suite of engineering project collaboration software from Bentley Systems designed for the architecture, engineering, construction AEC. Then we have used MicroStation. MicroStation is a CAD software platform for 2 or 3 dimensional designing and drafting, developed and sold by Bentley System, and is used in architecture and engineering industries. It generates 2D, 3D vector graphics objects and elements and includes better information modeling features. So this is our process, that how things will move. So we have the ProjectWise for the collaboration. So it helps to collaborate with the owner, the contractor. And then if you can see all the disciplines at the top, there's architecture, structural, electrical, mechanical, interior designing, and we have all connectivity with the 3D model with an IFC through Revit, which is synchronized at BIM 360, the civil 3D for which the civil utilities, landscape and all the format of DWT, DG and DX. We are synchronized through civil 3D in BIM 360. Also the urban planning and communication are synchronized with the AutoCAD, that is also from 2D formats.
So the
Then all
architecture,
our
one second.
GIS data is taken into the ProjectWise, and you can have a look at the whole connectivity. The ecoism is getting connected to ProjectWise, and also the interior design, and so through the open rails we have connected it.
So the architecture, structural, electrical, mechanical, interior,
And
these
so
all
the
share with
collaboration.
Shadad, can I? So this architecture, structural, electrical,
Mrinal,
mechanical, yeah, mechanical and interior, these both offices disciplines, yeah. Hello, Shadad, can I explain? Yeah. So architecture, structure, electrical, mechanical.
Mrinal.
Oh, hello.
Sharad Manad's trying to say something else.
Sorry,
Is that okay?
Sorry,
Yeah.
just a second.
Yeah. So for architecture, structure, electrical, mechanical, and interior design, we share the disciplines for Revit and Ecosim. And for the civil utilities and landscape architecture, we are using AutoCAD Civil 3D. For urban design and communication, we are using AutoCAD. And for site electrical, civil site and civil electric, we are using GIS data that views open roads. These are all collaborated with BIM 360 and ProjectWise. And the contractor.
So, sir, actually, this is our last slide. Minal is not getting in contact. He's sharing the screen.
Are you able to hear me? No.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can hear you.
So, yeah. So this is my collaboration solution, and thank you.
Okay. There's yeah. So you guys are right on time. Was everything okay there? What happened?
I don't know, really.
Okay. All right. Well, we heard you, so that's cool. No, great, great description and everything. The only what comment did I have? The connectivity slowness. Something to think about, and you know, so if this was the end of it, I would ask. The use of LAN is good. My question would be, how, you know, what focus would you put on the transmission then? So those that are using LAN to address their connectivity issues, excellent. But then they still got to get all their data to everybody else.
Yeah.
So that would be, at the end of this, if I was your project manager, at the end of the meeting, it would be, let me know how we would address that, and then we would go forward and yeah, make it happen. But great job.
Okay,
So
thank you.
rock on. Okay, we've got 4 or
Group 2 wants to go next.
Yeah.
All right, group 2 it is.
Thanks. I'm gonna
No
share my
problem.
screen now.
Okay.
Okay.
2 left. Excellent.
Is it full screen for everyone?
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, thanks. So I'm starting now. So hi everyone, this is Priscilla. Neha, Shruti and I are going to present today the main aspects of our BIM execution plan for the high-speed rail project. So we're going to start giving some information about the project to give you the context, and then we will present the challenge posed and the solutions developed. So this project is going to be delivered through a public-private partnership, and the scope is to plan, design, construct, and operate a high-speed rail connecting Windsor and Quebec City. It will have 20 stations going through major urban centers with rail portions buried, at grade, and elevated. With an approximated 1,300 kilometers extension and an approved budget of 70 billion Canadian dollars. We plan to start the project this year and start operating in 2022. To achieve our project goals, some BIM use were required, and we can highlight the ones with major priority as being the design authoring, phase planning, 3D coordination, and 3D control and planning that are expected to ensure a better project quality and avoid delays in the construction.
Okay, so this is a major project with high importance for Canadians and the government. It will involve many companies and stakeholders. So it's key for the project success to define roles and responsibilities and have key lead contacts to facilitate communication between everyone. There are other companies hired to be part of the project. The main locations, BIM lead contacts, and the BIM users they'll be involved with. Regarding the BIM users, we decided that design authoring would have a shared responsibility between all firms because of the extension of the work. The rail will be split into segments that will be assigned to each firm, while some BIM users like design review, 3D coordination, phase planning were assigned only for the major companies in each discipline that have more experience performing those tasks with a robust project team, and therefore will be able to involve and collaborate with the other companies as needed. It's important to notice too that some companies were hired because of their high expertise in this type of project, but they'll pose some BIM challenges that need to be addressed by the BIM manager. So for the challenges, of all the firms involved in the project, we have 3 firms who have different challenges which needed to be taken care of for successful BIM implementation. For example, TechArc had issues with their IT infrastructure. They have poor internet connectivity and have issues sharing their data over email. For this, we are proposing setting up internal LAN server with dedicated internet connectivity to upload files so as to overcome any issues we might have for collaboration. So any internet connectivity, the speed of internet also depends on the number of devices connected to it. So what we have proposed here is all the systems inside the office will be connected with LAN, but they'll have a server system which will have its own internet connectivity. It can be wired or wireless connection, like whichever has the highest speed at that location, and it will only be used by that server for collaboration. So a frequent frequent updation of the data will be happening through that server. Now, Complete Solution, which is a MEP and structural firm, and they have limited experience to BIM. For this challenge, the firm has agreed to hire BIM champion and provide regular training and workshops for their employees. Coming over to Green Capital, which is an urban design and landscape firm. They are under-resourced in terms of manpower requirements. They have agreed to hire new employees on contracts and may require assistance for some of their work. Firms with manpower in similar field will lend their hands as well.
So coming to the authoring tools, hiring the companies to participate in this project wasn't an easy process. The companies were assessed by their BIM and technical capabilities and experience in similar projects. There was no requirements. Regarding the tools that would be used, because we considered that we could take advantage of interoperability solutions of the tools and let the teams use the tools they would feel more comfortable with. That said, it was defined that some companies would use Autodesk tools such as Revit, AutoCAD, and Civil 3D, while other would use Bentley's EcoSim and OpenRoads. The output files will be always the native one, for example, .rvt and iModel, IFC, and PDFs, which will allow the use of other BIM tools such as Navisworks for phase planning, 3D coordination, cost estimation, 3D control, and planning. So coming to the next slide, the workflow of, we have considered for the flowchart. The flowchart here depicts how we are planning to implement collaboration into our project. There was a total of 12 firms from different disciplines and geographical locations who will be involved in this project. The firms were divided based on the software platforms they were using, which helped us to group them into 5 different groups as shown in the left-hand side of the chart. As you can see, there is a Revit team, which includes 4 firms from different disciplines. Then similarly, there is an EcoSim team with 4 different firms from multiple discipline and so on. We are planning to use project-wise for data exchange among various involved disciplines, including architectural, civil, MEP, and etc. As the firms were using different software platforms, so the various disciplines shall be sharing their files as per the formats finalized in BP and shown in the flowchart here. Like architectural firms need to share their data in iModel, PDF, IFC, etc. formats. The 2D and 3D deliverables are handed over to the owner as per agreed file formats as shown on the right-hand side of the chart. So this is how we collaborated with all the firms. And so that concludes our presentation. So do you have any questions?
Excellent, excellent. Any questions from anybody? They've got 2 minutes. Wow. Next year, I'm gonna say, students, there must be at least 2 questions from the classmates. I'm gonna do that next year, but this is okay. Yes, why not, man? That would be, because it helps. It's good, because imagine if it wasn't just a presentation to me, but I had a jury of interviewees. So imagine if I said people from the community had to sit there, listen, and then ask questions when you guys are presenting, and then you get who knows what crazy questions. And that happens a lot in reality. Like, they're called ratepayer associations. So this project here, they might get people from all around where the construction might be, and they'll ask questions like, how are you going to preserve all of the wildlife that are flying, all the birds? And you'd be sitting there, I don't know. What about the heritage building in the middle of my town? And we'll take care of it. Or like, you don't know what to say. So yeah, we'll think that next time. No, that was excellent. So very good.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, sir, please.
Guys, so as listed to me, what is planned to the work in progress platform for collaboration? Okay, for final files you are using a thing, but what about the work in progress collaboration? Will you be using something like Procore?
So you listed ProjectWise. So are you going to be hosting the Revit models live in ProjectWise, or are you planning for those not to be elsewhere?
Yes, ProjectWise.
Okay. So the comment that I would have with that is just to be careful with that, because remember, Revit models live in ProjectWise actually put some restrictions on how Revit can be used. So if that were to be implemented on the project, we would have to take a little care in making sure proper workflows, proper use of work sets, and all the delicate Revit users would have to comply. So, and sometimes they don't like that.
Okay. Yep.
Cool.
We got your feedback about that in this technical solution, and we decided to go for it because you also said that it was good to have just one system. So that was our choice for this one. But yeah, we know.
Awesome.
We got your feedback. Don't worry.
Yep.
Good,
Thank you.
Good stuff. Thank you so much. Okay, group number, last one is number 6, number 4. Last one. So, somewhat sad that this is it, man.
So I'm sharing my.
Okay.
Can everyone see the screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we are group 4. Our project is the high-rise building project. So Mitesh will be starting with the presentation.
Am I audible? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, thank you. So as Kevin mentioned, so coming to the project description, but before I would just like to introduce that we are a group of 3, the other 2 members being Kevin and Deepleen, myself, Mitesh. So I'll proceed with the presentation. So it's, as you can see on your screens, the project description. Like this project, the presentation, the purpose of this presentation is to give a brief understanding of the plan and the sequence to construct a high-rise building. This can be used in a brief way to engage the stakeholders and to get the site team's commitment to the program. The BP basically demonstrates how a project will be executed, monitored, and controlled in respective disciplines. It's a mixed high-rise building with 2 commercial podium, a commercial podium and 2 residential towers. The disciplines used in this are the architectural, structural, mechanical, electrical, civil, interior design, and landscape architecture. The authoring tools being Revit, Civil 3D, AutoCAD, LandFX, and Navisworks. Can I have the next slide, please? Yeah, thank you. Coming to the employer requirements, the kind of team required is to map the process to understand the overall BIM process, to identify the information exchanges to be shared between multiple parties, and to clearly define the processes performed for the identified BIM users. The development of this infrastructure has to be done in the form of contracts, communication, procedures, technology, and quality control to support the implementation. We'll also discuss in details in the coming slides through process maps showing the relationship of the BIM users which will be employed on a project, and containing the high-level information exchanges that occur during the project lifecycle. The BIM users, it is important to identify the BIM users during project planning, like optimizing the project cost, the design phase, like the design authoring and review, and the operational phases, record modeling and stuff. The LOD framework enables effective and accurate planning and tracking of several phases of the project delivery process at multiple stages. So the level of development at design development is supposed to be 300 here and 500 record modeling. The onus is on the architect and the civil engineers to take the project through, and the client doesn't take any responsibility. And ultimately, the end users are the contractor, project management, and the facility manager. I'll hand it over to Febin from here. Thank you.
The different disciplines taking part in the project are the architectural firm, which has 3 offices, one in Ottawa, one in London, and the one in New Delhi, which is new to BIM. So for the firm in New Delhi, the office in New Delhi, the firm has agreed to send a manager from London firm to train a team of employees which are already in the firm for the BIM workflow. The firm is already working on Revit and other BIM offering tools, but just that it's not in the BIM workflow process. So the manager will be training a team of modelers and coordinators to take part in the project. The next is the structural firm, which is just an office in Montreal, and the mechanical and electrical with an office in Ottawa. The civil firm again has two offices. One is in Toronto and the other one in Montreal. The Montreal firm has a difficulty in providing the necessary resources for the project. So the Toronto office will be the lead office, and the Montreal office will only be assisting the Toronto office with providing the necessary employees, like just for authoring the models, like that. They won't be taking part fully in the project. They're only working under the Toronto, the discipline lead in the Toronto, just for the authoring the model or providing necessary supports. Next is the interior firm. The interior firm has the IT infrastructure challenge. So the interior firm will not be able to take part in the collaboration process or work directly in the common data environment. So the solution we have come up for this is that they'll be in collaborating through the BIM project lead. So the shared projects, and published projects that are on the BIM 360 will be transferred through the BIM project lead to the interior firm, and likewise the updated file of the interior firm will be uploaded in the server by the project lead after an inspection by him, so that the central file is always up to date with the information from all the disciplines. Next, we have the process map, and Diplin will be talking about that.
So the process map will be keeping the EIR and the BEP while starting the process map for design authoring. And when we start the process, first is the getting up all the content which will require every discipline, and moving on with the architectural model. And the discipline leads are divided into three: schematic for architectural, then structural, then MEP, and then the BIM manager will coordinate with everything that is done with the model, and then it will be sent to review. And further, it will have the design development model stage, and next will be the construction documentation model, which will be managed by the BIM manager at every stage. And this is how the design authoring will end. Next slide, please. So for the design review, we'll have all trade models, and we'll start with the process, which will have the architectural and all discipline needs, which will check the behavior of the model and maintain and operate the model. And next, they'll compile the model and maintain it for check. And then the review and report for the structural, it is structurally safe or not, then it'll be requiring that stage. And this is how it'll end for the design review. Next slide, please. For record modeling, while starting the process, first we'll identify all the information and then compile the information and additional information for if anything's missing or required. And then it'll be compiling an application form, and this will have 3 stages: design, model, coordination, and 4D model stage. And this is how it'll end for design. Next slide, please.
Next, we have the collaboration diagram. So first of all, like we can see here, all the different disciplines will have their own database. For the architecture, it is the BIM 360, since they have 3 offices at different locations. The structure and MEP uses a van, as they are the office is at only one location. The civil again, since they have two location, still they'll be using the land, and civil is where the Montreal firm will be assisting the Toronto with the necessary resources. So it's important that the files are on a common shared database. The landscape again uses the land for their as their database. The interior, their database will be LAN, as they have IT resources. They have challenges with their IT, so it is ideal for them to be working on a LAN. And then here, all the common data, all the shared data are on the BIM 360, and the collaboration process also happens in the BIM 360. So for the interior alone, they won't be directly transferring the file to the central database. They'll be transferring the file through the project lead, and they are not also working in the online collaboration process. Only their the models will be regularly uploaded by the project managers on the common data. Yeah. And the owner again has an access to the central database. That's all. Thank you.
I was just about to say that's exactly 10 minutes. So at this point, you would have been cut off. So awesome. Good job. Good job. Two comments I had, similar with structural and MEP, them using the LAN versus BIM 360. I would send you back as a project manager to just say, have a look to see if they can be brought in to use BIM 360 Live just for that efficiency. And then be very, 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 very careful. In the EIR slide, I love that you had the EIR slide. Got nervous when I read LOD 500 model. Remember, there's never, ever, ever, ever an LOD whatever model. It's always components modeled to the level development of, than the number. And that I only say, and it's a minor distinction, and you'll hear me say an LOD 300 model, and then my brain catches me and I'm like, no, don't say that. People say it all the time, but when it's in a contract and when that is signed, or when a client says do this and we say okay, and then it's implied contractually, that's when trouble happens. And I just used I'm gonna mute Cheyenne. There we go. The power to mute. No. And the Eglinton Crosstown project, we had a lot of back and forth with the contractor because the deliverable was an LOD 300 model signed in the contract. They grabbed the LOD spec and they started looking at all the 300 examples, and they said, where's the conduit? And we said, well, look at the BIM execution plan. We didn't say we were going to model conduit to 300. They wanted conduit. We had back and forth, a little bit of litigation with the lawyers. Then there was an extra, and then chaos, just because they said this is what we thought we were going to get. So yeah, be careful on that. Well, I want to just thank you all. That was honestly, for me, this is the most rewarding class of the term because I just love it. That's all. I love hearing you all give back to me. It gives me a sense of accomplishment. So with that, all that's left, and I don't know where my links are up here. I said my bright space is messed up. The exam. Now, I will say what I've said to all of you. I'm going to hang up here shortly. Go do that exam. Don't wait, because I know you have the BIM Blitz next week. The exam due date, if I remember correctly, because I can't pull it up here, I think it was Tuesday, if I remember. Let me see if I could actually pull it up for you guys. But you just have to do it. That's all. Get it done. Maybe it says here somewhere. Get it done. Don't try to do it in the midst of, there we go. Okay. When's the due date? April 21st, 8 a.m. So I know the BIM Blitz starts on Monday. I don't know how it's being organized, but it's all virtual. It's probably going to be awesome still. Very intriguing. Don't wait somewhere in the midst of there to do it. Get it done. it's fun. It's true and false. It's a really, really different type of final exam. And then I don't know if you're all aware, but Thursday is the CanBIM regional session for Ottawa, and it's a virtual session. So I don't know if the other professors have told you, but if you haven't heard about it, go to canbim.com. Let's see if my internet doesn't fail me. All right, it's behaving. Events, and it's 100% virtual, so you can sign up for it. Upcoming events is Ottawa. Click on there, it'll tell you the bits about it, lets you register. I don't know if there's whatever student discount, whatever. It's all focusing on digital twins, which resonates very heavily for me. So I'll be dialing in, listening during the day. Normally it takes place at Algonquin, and it's a part of, this year we were hoping to have it part of the BIM Blitz. I was hoping to come next week and be part of the BIM Blitz to see both last term and this term. That's all not happening. But yeah, I just wanted to thank everybody. You have all been amazing, okay? I'll do everything I can to get the marks in for today. I don't know, hopefully by tomorrow, get your exams done, and it's been a pleasure. And I'll look for resumes here and there. I'll look for you all on LinkedIn. Connect with me if you haven't. And
we will be looking at you and LinkedIn too. Don't worry.
I make a lot of splashes in the digital world, so yes. And watch Turner Fleischer and look for some amazing things in the coming months.
And congratulations on the CTO job.
Oh, thank you so much. That was a big change. I've already been there a month now, which is crazy, but a lot of fun stuff. So good luck. Good luck in your future. Thank you. Good luck next term when you go to the second.
Brent?
Yes?
Is there a way we can know actually what we got wrong in the last quizzes? Maybe?
That's a tough one.
It's just because like I was going really good, like acing it all, and then the last one came and I was not that bad, crying blood, but it was not that good,
Yeah, I saw. There were a couple questions, and it's interesting because the grades of the last quiz were really different. Like some were high and then some were a little lower, and I was a little shocked. And there's no trend as to why. Like I said, okay, let me see what question everybody got wrong, but there wasn't. There were a couple interesting ones. My problem is that the minute I release anything like that, then it's out there, and I'm fearful of that.
No, you don't need to give us the answers to the quiz or anything like that, but you could I don't know, maybe put an announcement with a list of most common mistakes.
Okay, you know what, I'll try to do that for you all. I'll post it in a quiz for recap, and I'll just say the common, because there were one or two questions where I looked and I said, oh, that's what some of them interpreted. So I can post a couple.
Yeah.
Because you're the only professor who on each of the assignments to be submitted, you actually gave us the feedback, and it was really awesome.
Yes, that was really awesome. You're the only one to give feedbacks.
Wow, that's
what mistake we made. It's important to learn that what mistakes we made.
Exactly.
I completely agree, and that's why I take the effort on the assignment. So I'm glad that resonates back to all of you, because I assumed that's what all the professors do. So, it's good to hear that I'm unique in that way. I like that.
Yeah, keep being unique.
I like it. So I will put something about quiz 4, and yeah, hopefully it'll be helpful. Okay.
Yeah. And then hire us in the end of the course.
And then I'll hire you all, exactly.
Yes!
We'll see.
Waiting for that.
Yeah, we'll see. As my boss's ears are ringing right now saying, what's happening? Thank you so much, everybody. Good luck. And thank you for making this term, for me, really rewarding and phenomenal.
Thanks.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Brent.
Have a great day.
Brent.
Thank you, Brent. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.